Hi, this is Curt, and welcome to another edition of Fire Law Roundup.
Okay, let's go to an easier one. We'll kind of dispense with this quickly, but Alabama, we have a firefighter who's sentenced to 8 years on drug and computer charges. It's the computer charges that I want to spend the time on because that's the funnier part. But he's pled guilty. There's no allegations here. He's pled guilty to stealing fentanyl, a lot of fentanyl, 42 vials of fentanyl. And he's right. So let's stop on the fentanyl. The first thing I wonder is, what is the department doing that you're not catching 42 vials of fentanyl missing? I don't mean to be beating up on the Dothan Fire Department, right? You're the victim of a crime, but I do want to point out fentanyl theft by firefighters, paramedics, EMTs is not rare. This is not like I can't believe that happened, right? But you need to have a system where you are checking that, is the fentanyl, are the drugs still there? That is not always easy to do. And I just had a conversation with our state about this same thing. I'm getting off topic, but let's do it anyway. Look, I checked the narc box, right? And fine, I had a fingerprint in, I have to put a little tie on it, I have to put my initials on it, and I checked it and I say it's full. If I do that unwitnessed, you do not know whether I pulled fentanyl out there or not until the next shift comes on, does the drug check or uses it and realizes there's stuff missing. They're going to point to me. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to point to them. Oh, wait a minute. You're just blaming it on me. I didn't steal it. You stole it. And now we don't know. So please, nobody should ever touch regulated, controlled substances without two people being present. I don't care whether you have biometrics. I don't care what system you have. Two things need to happen. This is what I tell my clients. One, nobody ever checks the drugs alone. Two, it's always done under a camera. When that, and I have it. The way I tell my clients is, because I deal with this all the time with my ambulance companies, I say there is a drawing, there's a camera, you put the narc box in the drawn area, the camera's on it, and you open it with someone present and with the camera going down. That's the only way you're going to stop theft. In any event, this person stole 42 vials of fentanyl and is charged with drug trafficking as well.
One more thing before people think that it's just that the vials were missing. I don't know about the facts in this one. The vials might have been there, but they no longer had fentanyl in them, or 100% fentanyl. They might have been 50% saline or whatever.
But they're caps, right? I mean, they should have noticed. Somebody at some point should have noticed. Right. And again, I don't know whether it's the vials or whether they refilled them, but the caps are paramedics know what I'm talking about. You could tell. I don't know. And Amy, here's the really part that I found interesting on this. He then, while on bail, it sounds like New York State. We don't put anyone in prison. Everyone's on bail. Go out and kill anyone you want. But while on bail, he works for Houston County Emergency Management. Now, that's right off the bat. How are we allowing anybody to work in an emergency organization ever when he's on bail? He's out on bail, and he's presumed innocent.
And the answer in part may be that he was a contractor. He wasn't hired as an employee, but he must have been working as a contractor. But nonetheless, that contractor position gave him access to sensitive law enforcement information.
And he then starts tampering, right? He then starts tampering,
accessing it. He accessed it, so.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I look, we, in New York State and many other states, we don't have access to federal background checks. We don't do fingerprinting. I don't know if in your state we do, but firefighters, at least in New York and many other states, are not allowed to be fingerprinted, such that they are checked like you would with a gun permit, that you can run a federal criminal background check.
Guns we can check, but we're going to hire somebody else we can't check. So,
which is a real problem. Why aren't we able in every state to run background checks?
Yeah, it's
right?
Well, I think we know why. So
yeah. By the way, if you want the solution to it, I've joked about this before, but I really give this advice. If you want to be able to run background checks on every applicant, require them to apply for a gun permit. You must apply for a gun permit. I'm sure I'll face a civil rights suit somewhere, but nonetheless.